Marcus Garvey words come to pass. Marcus Garvey words come to pass. Can't get no food to eat. Can't get no money to spend. Oh, can't get no food to eat. Can't get no money to spend. Come, little one, oh, let me do what I can for you. And you, hello. Come, little one, come. Oh, let me do what I can for you and you alone. Oh, you know the right hand do it now shall be spanked with many stripes. Weeping and wailing and mourning.
Brothers and sisters,
You got yourself to blame. I
and
tell you,
mourning.
you're right.
Marcus Garvey words
You're
come to pass.
right.
Yes, brothers and sisters, welcome to the community focus program, UNIA Rock Media. Brothers and sisters, Marcus Garvey said it best. With confidence, you have won even before you start. Without confidence, you're twice defeated in the race of life. Brothers and sisters, if you are not going to believe in yourself, who is going to believe in you? You have to show people, you have to show the world that you believe in yourself and your confidence in yourself, your confidence in your ways, in your mannerism, in your nature, in your culture, in your history. You have to be confident. You have to determine who you are, brothers and sisters, and stop allowing people to determine who we are. Brothers and sisters, we have to take the bull by the head. We have to lead our people. Our people have been trained for over 400 years to follow. It's difficult to ask people who have been trained to follow to just then get up and lead. Therefore, those of us who possess those great skill of leadership, we must step to the forefront and lead. Brothers and sisters, we need leadership that knows no price. We need leadership that is honest. We need leadership that is true, brothers and sisters, but most importantly, we need leadership from the ranks of you and I. We have to lead ourselves. We have to lead our people. We spoke about those black countries who are having other people lead their program. What are they saying? We are having our countries that we're dependent on everybody else for everything. When are we going to lead ourselves? But as I said, brothers and sisters, the leadership must come from the ranks of you and I. That's one of the most important things Mr. Garvey gave to us. So we have to know it, brother and sisters, but not only know it, we have to live it. And if you're leading and no one is following you, brothers and sisters, you're not leading. But brothers and sisters, one thing in leading and one thing in organizing, we have to love our people. We have to truly, truly, truly love our people. And how many of us truly love our people? Even with our faults, even with our shortcoming, do you truly love black people? You have to think about it, brothers and sisters. And I can honestly say At this point in my life, I truly love black people. And when you truly love someone, or when you love anything, you're willing to look past the fault of these people or these things, whatever you're dealing with. Because we also have to remember that we're human. So, brothers and sisters, as we work to organize, one of the biggest problems in most black organizations is unity. And why it's so difficult to have unity? Because we don't love each other. So, brothers and sisters, we have to work on loving each other. And when you get to this point in your life where you really understand race first and you're living race first, you get the chance, you get the opportunity, you build it up to love your brothers and sisters. Brother Dugue, good evening, and how are you?
Greetings, President General. Can you hear and see me loud and clear?
Yes, loud and clear, brother.
Until now, I couldn't even see myself.
Yeah.
All that time, I could only see you. I never saw. Now I see myself. Okay, greetings. Thank you, President General. Greetings. And today is Tuesday, June 16, 6266, or 2026. And welcome to the UNIA Rock Media, the media arm of the UNIA, the Universal Negro Improvement Association, ACL, African Communities League. That's the association, the organization, the government that the Most Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey established for us on a Monday, July 20th, 1914, in Kingston, in Jamaica, at 121 Orange Street. And that is after his trials and tribulations. He realized that the whole world has made being black a crime. Instead of making it a crime, I hope to make it a virtue. Everything Mr. Garvey is going to do is to uplift this race, to give us a backbone, racial uplift, and the self-reliance. Well, this is that organization, and this is the media of that organization. And the host of this media is the current President General and Administrator, the 10th successor to Mr. Garvey, the one you just heard speak, the Honorable Michael R. Duncan, and the co-host, that's the first Assistant President General of the UNIA, Raymond Dugue, and I'm at your service. Today is June 16th, PG. 50 years ago today, it started for 3 days, 16, 17, and 18, 1976, Soweto Uprising, where our children were brutalized. And that famous picture everywhere on the planet of Hector Peterson being carried by a young man and his sister, excuse me, standing next to the young man, trying to carry him to the hospital, but the young man, Hector Peterson, died on his way. That became the image, that became the icon for the Soweto Uprising. And I've actually been to the museum. I've actually been to where he was killed, brothers and sisters. And what led to this Soweto Uprising? Well, okay, let's speak about, you can call it ethnic cleansing, you can call it genocide. What the apartheid South African government, and we use that term loosely, it is not a government, it's a regime. What the South African apartheid regime did was they wanted to further make sure that we as Africans can never evolve, never develop. So they put in a new law starting in 1974 that would dictate what languages are used for what subjects. Get this, brothers and sisters, the physical education, religious studies, and there was another, I forgot, it's something, you'll see where I'm going. That was taught in the indigenous languages, okay? Now, the social studies, the basic arithmetic, and arts and crafts, that was taught in English. And then the hard mathematics, the science, the technology, the engineering, the difficult mathematics would all be taught in a language that they were calling Afrikaan. And so our children, our people decided to revolt and say, well, what is this? The not too important subjects are being taught in other languages, but the most important subjects, the ones that determine, and by the way, agriculture, economics, STEM, were all going to be in Afrikaans. And so we realized what this was about. And, the excuse me, PG, the Afrikaans was the language of the apartheid regime. Anyway, so it started out as peaceful protests. The students decided no more of this. There's going to be a full boycott. No one's going to school. What does the good old white boy South African regime, racist apartheid regime do? It went attack and butchered. Even up to this day, 50 years later, we don't know how many of our children were killed because they were put in mass graves. The narrative is 200. It was not 200. It could not be 200. If it were, it's probably more like 20,000, but we'll never know. Anyway, it's 50 years to go. As a result, June 16th in South Africa, in Azania, as it should be called, is known as Youth Day because that was an attack on our children, the most defenseless group the most defenseless group of any society. And so, PG, this is the 50 years today. It started this morning, and it would last 3 days, 16th, 17th, and 18th. PG, when you went to visit Mr. Mandela, no, I have to make fun of you. When you went to visit Mr. Mandela, who are you palling around with? Please answer that.
Of course, I traveled there to watch the African Nations Cup with the footballer of the year,
There you go.
George Weah.
Oh, okay. And PG, over the weekend, when you were in the VIP section of these soccer games, who are you palling around with? Please answer that.
The same brother.
No. Now he's president.
Oh, okay,
Former
yes.
Yeah, he was just football over the world, but now he's a former president. So, PG, there are benefits with hanging around, the people that you hang around with. Yes or no?
Well, I guess to a certain extent. But the real benefit I'm looking for is race first.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Anyway, so I've actually been to the museum for Hector Peterson. I've actually been to Soweto. And, PG, in the old days, they would just brutalize and kill us. Now, they're more sophisticated with the preponderance and overflow of technology and these addictive things. They're still brainwashing us, still making us not believe what we have to say. So, PG, your reflections before we go into Senegal versus France. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, this South Africa thing, that was really something. But as you rightfully said a few months ago, when you visited there, they, in certain areas, they totally control the economic system there. You were telling me about certain places, the businesses are all owned by them. And I've learned that they have some exclusive communities where our people are not able to live. And it's amazing.
In our own country,
yes,
our own land of birth.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
So the thing is that, we allow it because we as a people, we accept it. We're willing to fight each other, but we're not willing to throw out the invaders, the colonizers. We find a way to accept them and to leave them alone. That has to change.
Yes, and triple yes. And speaking about feeling like you don't belong, when we visited Cape Town, I mean, PG, this is the truth. There are neighborhoods that we visited, on the tour, I haven't seen it in the United States. I mean, I said, really? Oh, they're living large. But this falls in the narrative. Look at it. You've got these, by the way, they make up less than 9% of the population, about 8 point something. 9% of the population controls 90% of the economy of the wealth. Apartheid never ended. It was just rebranded. It went from white face to allow some black token face, but it's still dominated. And now South Africa is the largest economy in Africa. It's not even close anymore. In the old days, before the destruction of Nigeria, and we're going to have a show on what we've uncovered. I mean, what is really going on in Nigeria? But Nigeria should be the strongest, but we know why that's not going to happen. But anyway, in Cape Town, PG, I mean, blown away. And then as we walk through Cape Town, I was with Brother Kwahir. We didn't even have to say anything to each other. We just said, okay, we get this. And it's not only, South Africa is a prime example, but in Botswana, in Zimbabwe, and Zambia, these are white-dominated countries. I mean, I was amazed just to learn of this. But guess what? No one's coming to our rescue. And this is why we need UNIA yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We need it forever. Because these white folks are not going to give up these lands that they killed us, brutalized us for. So anyway, and again, I'm skipping, but this shows us why we have to support and respect Cuba. Because if not for Cuba, all of Southern Africa would still remain apartheid, would still remain enslaved. But anyway, PG, France and Senegal. This morning, Ousmane Sonko, who was the former prime minister of Senegal, who's now the president of the parliament, the speaker in parliament, but he's head of the parliament. He was being interviewed on French television, I think Channel 24, Channel 24. And I was hoping to read the translation, but I didn't get a chance to. He's asked, okay, Mr. Speaker, President of the Parliament, unrelated to politics, what are your thoughts on France versus Senegal? He said, well, first of all, Senegal will win. And if Senegal does not win, it will be Africans defeating Africans. Then he went on to explain the whole concept of colonization. He says, if you look at the French national team, these are the children of Africans.
Yes.
And the whole concept of immigration, why it happens. PG, what started out as the discussion on sports, got into colonization, neo-colonization. And then he says, look at it. France never gave up colonization. And this is during the interview. Never gave up colonization. What they did was that colonial pact. You know, our income, I mean, he says our currency, all of our trade, or all of our decisions is made in France. And then he goes on, of all of those 14, he says 15, but I know it's 14. He says of the 15 states that France still controls, the only ones that have gotten away from its grip are the Alliance of État du Sahel. And we support them. And they give us hope and pride. PG, I thought this was a soccer match. And then he goes on to say, this is much more than a soccer match. This is for black people. We Africans have to stand together.
That's it.
I mean, at no point did he even discuss the soccer. He just went into it. Your thoughts, PG?
No, Brother Raymond, this is race first. We know how we are being kept down. But let me tell you something. Senegal had France on their heels. The first half, Senegal totally destroyed them. Senegal should have scored 3 goals. But by the mercy, one hit the side post, one went over another, and one was just amazing. But the Europeans them start getting afraid. So let me tell you what they tried to do. They tried to give France, at that time when it was still 0-0.
But the first half, what I read, it was 0-0. Even France was dominated. Okay.
Yeah, continue. France was totally dominated. Senegal should have been leading at least 2-0. But a lot of rough calls that could have been made in Senegal favor were not made. A lot of fouls were not made. Finally, in the second half, when they got to there, the score was still 0-0. And you could see that France was getting nervous. One of the Senegalese brother tackled Mbappe from France. And it was the
PG, for those of us who don't know, who is Kylian Mbappe? Why is he so important? Go ahead.
Mbappe is a popular player. Another brother who, through the colonization process, have that, and they are playing for France. It's another brother that could have been playing for an African state, but he's a very good player. So what happened now? A play happened, and the referee called it no foul. It really wasn't a foul, but the VAR system, who controlled the reviewing of incidents on the field, they contacted the referee, telling the referee that it's a foul and he need to look at the VAR. After the referee looked at the VAR, he said no foul. He said, as a matter of fact, Kylian Mbappe started the process. But what was happening, the people who control the VAR, they were nervous because they were thinking that Senegal could score at any time. And they didn't want Senegal to go up because whoever scores first gets an advantage in the game. Because playing the game is like...
Hold it, PG. Are you saying there's a mental aspect to everything and anything?
Yeah, but it's okay now. Once you score the first goal, you're not taking any chances anymore. You're defending more than attacking. You see, when it's 0-0, both teams are trying to score.
Right.
So if Senegal had scored first, which they had the opportunity to score at least 2 goals in the first half, then the whole complexion of the game changes, because then Senegal wouldn't have to take any risk. So whoever is down now have to take a risk. And when you have to take a risk, now you have to open up your game, and you open up yourself
and you
to
can
mistakes.
be attacked and you can be scored upon.
Yes,
exactly.
So once France got that goal, now they're able to kick back, and they have a system where they call it park the bus, where you're keeping your, because that is what Cape Verde did to Spain. Cape Verde realized that we weren't as strong as Spain. Therefore, we're going to park the bus. We're going to play defense. We're going to make...
PG, why don't you coach the Jamaican national team? Or even the IET national team?
Jamaican national team, they don't like black coach.
Okay, forget Jamaica. But I'm just saying, I'm listening to you, and I can't for those, we went in 2001 to a what do you call that? A contest, some big in Orlando. Remember that?
Yes,
that big
of course.
Orlando.
Yes.
The first game, we were blown out. I mean, it was really bad. PG sat down and he spoke to the team. He came up with strategy. We lost the other games, but we didn't get blown out. In fact, they were very competitive games. What's my point? Coaching. PG, I was there listening to you, and I said, wow, this makes sense, even though I'm not a soccer coach, but I can relate to it. It's almost like somebody who really knows math and can explain it. And even if you don't know math, you say, yeah, this makes sense. I could follow it. But I did. So, PG, you mean there are no black men that can lead any of these black countries in soccer coaching? Please answer that before we get back to Senegal.
There are a whole lot of black men who can coach, but we just don't believe in ourselves. We still we believe the hype that the colonizer ice is colder than ours. Yeah, but once, so the VAR was trying to help France to get that first goal, and I'm grateful that the referee said no. But it's the people who control the VAR. They wanted to give France an edge because they were afraid. So to see the colonized threatening the colonizer, is that not supposed to happen? There's no way the colonized should be trying to beat the colonizer. The colonizer is supposed to come out and destroy the colonize. And that wasn't happening. They were afraid, just like with Haiti and Scotland. It's the same thing. This is not about any football.
I appreciate you're coming to my side. Go ahead.
Yes. No, this is about politics. This is about economics. This is about self-reliance, self-determination. This is what it's about. So what happened there? It's amazing, and I'm saying that France finally scored, and once France scored, then Senegal had to open up and not focus.
And this way they're exposed and they can be scored upon.
Yes, and that's exactly what happened. But I'm happy to see the representation of some of our African teams, Cape Verde, Haiti, Côte d'Ivoire, Senegal, and we just have to keep pushing. But this
But
is
PG, I thought, correct me if I'm wrong, is Senegal not the strongest of all of our teams?
yeah, Senegal looked very strong, but even Ivory Coast looked very, very strong.
That was that's where I was going.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that Côte d'Ivoire got so far. I mean, defeated Ecuador.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I don't know Ecuador's ability, but in my mind, being that Senegal won the AFCON and they were stripped and robbed, I thought they were the strongest of our teams.
Yes.
But you're saying Côte d'Ivoire is as strong too.
Yeah. I think both of them are on the same level.
What about Ghana?
I don't think
country.
Ghana
That's
is
your country, PG.
it
That's
stays
your
as strong
country.
as those two.
That's your
Yeah.
country. That's your citizenship. Talk to me about Ghana. What about Ghana?
And they have a white coach.
Okay, so that's not gonna go far.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, but
so Cape Verde is your team then, and Senegal too.
Well, Cape Verde did something where, you know, they know that the Spanish team was more experienced, had stronger players, and them. But the game is not only physical; it's tactical. It's mind. It's a mind game, and Cape Verde played a mind game and played a game. They know it was tough for them to win, but they know a draw with Spain is a win in the eyes of everybody around the world. And now,
how strong is Spain? How strong is Spain?
Spain is very strong. Yeah, but I think Spain is favored to win the World Cup. And remember, Spain is rated 2, and Cape Verde is rated 67 in what's in the world. So just try to imagine that. But it's all about race first. Come back to the U.S. team again. We spoke about
Musa. I'm still distraught over that.
Yeah, no. What the coach did.
I know you liked him because from last World Cup you kept talking about him.
Yeah, no. But I'm telling you, Musa is stronger than most of the people who are on the team right now. And even if you decide that you don't want to start him, Musa should be on this team. But the coach was able to do to Musa what he can't do to Pulisic. And let me tell you something, Raymond. Forget about the goalkeeper. You had the other day 8 black players and 2 non-black players on the team. To be honest, there should only be, apart from the goalkeeper, 1 non-black player on the U.S. team. If you're being honest, there should be 1 non-black player, and it's Pulisic. Because the other position where they have a non-black player,
who's the oldest player on the team, I don't know how. He must be so much better than everybody else. He's 38 years old.
No. Yeah, he's very friendly with the coach. If you realize
38 years old.
Yeah. If you realize he is the coach's friend, And the coach, that's why he's starting. That's why he's even on the team. He doesn't deserve to be on the team. And but there's another player named Reyna. Let me tell you something. Let me give you an idea between Reyna and Timothy Weah. During this season, Timothy played 42 games for his club. Reyna probably played about 4 games.
4?
If Timothy had played 12 games for his team, they wouldn't have him on the team. If any of those black players that start had played 12 games for their team, or 15 games or less, they would not be on the team. Moreover, even if they were placed on the team, they wouldn't get any, they would just be on the bench. They wouldn't get any playing time. So, Reyna came on, and they made some passes, and Timothy gave him a pass, and he scores. But you know why they're playing Reyna? It's like the other black players, you can't deny them. But they have to find another way to bring another non-black player on the team because there are just too many black people on the team. So, Reyna playing is just to decolorize the blackness. But that's what's going on with the system.
PG, come on. Pull out your card, man. Pull out your UNIA President General card. Get the team to make a boycott. Get the black players to stand up and say, you know what? If Timothy doesn't play, we don't play. PG, I'm begging you. You can do it. You got it. Please, I know I'm teasing you, but no, but seriously, because, I mean, I didn't even know it was that egregious. I don't follow any of these. I just read. I didn't even know Reyna was that bad, meaning only 4 games?
Yeah, no, you know what happened? America is boosting him to be great. Do you know what happened in the last Olympics? No, in the last World Cup?
Yeah, he came in bad shape. That's why the coach sat him down, and that led to a whole bunch of internal fighting.
And then you were realizing that the people that were saying at that point, Timothy was starting, and they were saying that Reyna should be started over Timothy. And that coach at that time said, no, Reyna is not going to start. But guess what happened now? The coach, Berhalter, at that time, he was friends with Reyna's parents.
They grew up together. They have a long history together.
Reyna's mother made some accusation against him about him abusing his...
No, but those were true. Those were true.
Yeah, no.
He admitted to it.
No,
there
but
were accusations.
Brother Raymond, look. Brother Raymond, you are young, and you and your girlfriend had some kind of tussle. Most men and women, at some point, they had some type of tussle. That's before they got married. But Raymond, they got married. They have children.
None of this ever happened again. Continue.
Yeah. And it is now because your son is on the team and not getting playing time that you're going to bring it out?
No, but PG, you know what this was? This was petty white stupidity where, the white jealousy against another white. Yeah, Reyna's parents went out purposely to go and denounce and destroy Berhalter. And Berhalter did nothing wrong. He said when the guy came into the camp, he was out of shape. The kid is petulant. They can say all that he wants, but he's never going to be better than Timothy Weah. That's for sure.
But America, they want him on the field. But let me tell you something. It wasn't Reyna they really wanted. or it wasn't really Pulisic they wanted. Who America wanted to be the next great white hope is a young man named Josh Sargent.
I've never heard of him.
But unfortunately, Josh Sargent didn't cooperate. He was playing with Timothy since Timothy was under 17. He made the World Cup team the last time, but he just did not do well outside of this area.
Hold on. Prezi, one of our guests are trying to come on. They've been texting. I didn't see the text. I don't know where they are, but they're trying to get on. But continue, PG. Josh Sargent. So what happened to him?
Yeah. So what happened? It just didn't work out for him. But because he's the great white hope, he has that red hair, excuse me, and it fits the profile. That's really him they wanted to be the hero. But unfortunately, it's never worked out, and it never worked out for Reina. Pulisic is a good player. He's a good, strong player. So he deserves his position. But as I said, apart from the goalkeeper, all the other players, them starters, and even the players waiting on the bench, because you have a young brother named Mark McKenzie. He should be a starter on the defense. But I think they have eight black players, and I really don't think these people really like that. So they have to find a way to squeeze in Reina. That's why I think all the games they're gonna find a way to give Reina some minutes, even though he shouldn't even be on the team. He should not have been called up, because when they call you up to a national team, they look at your club team to see if you're playing regularly on your club team.
That makes sense.
If you're starting on your club team, because they're figuring that you are club ready. And for you to be World Cup ready or national team ready, you have to be playing regularly in your club.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm looking at my text. Both Brother Moale and Sister Colette are trying to get on to discuss December 12th program. Prezi, I don't know if you can facilitate, but it's the same ID and password that we've always used. Okay. Anyway, second half, we're talking about France, Senegal. Yeah. And then France scored first, right?
Yes.
And then what happened after that?
Senegal scored a goal, but it was offside. So they took it back. And then Senegal now is pushing to try to score to even. And of course, you open up yourself and they have a counterattack and they score the second goal. But that's what happened. Whoever scored first, because most of these teams who play a tactical game, when they score, it changes the whole thing. So just like as I was saying to you with Cape Verde, they didn't care about scoring. If they score, it was fine. But a draw was perfect for them. So they didn't take any chance more than what they had to take. If they had a counter, and they took a shot or two, but they were able to that. So if Senegal had scored first, they would have had the opportunity, the leisure of sitting back and defending and not taking any extra chances.
Okay, there you have it. Okay. Okay, so you're traveling Thursday, correct?
Yes.
Okay, in Seattle.
In Seattle.
And then the last game is in Los Angeles at the SoFi Stadium?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, before we leave that, we're going to go straight to Juneteenth and why it's so important and why are we celebrating it. Any last statements on where, it's still early in this World Cup, but where do you think this is going in terms of the African states? Go ahead.
I'm really counting on Senegal to rebound and make it to the playoff. And as I said, Ivory Coast look very good. So I'm looking for them to advance to all the knockout stages. Believe it or not, the U.S. has a very good possibility of making it to the round of 8. Our sister Colette is on, brother Dugue.
Okay. I don't see her, but I guess she's on. Yes?
Yeah, yes, sister. Sister, we're not hearing you. President, we're not hearing her.
I'm seeing you and I'm looking at you.
Yes, we're hearing you now. We're hearing you now, sister.
I don't see you at all. Okay. Greetings, everyone. We have back on our UNI Rock Media airwaves, Sister Colette Payan of the December 12th movement. Let's go straight to it. Sister Colette, Friday is June 19th, 1865. And June 19, 1867, the December 12th is doing an all day from 12 to 6. I think Dr. Horn is signing his books. Okay, why do we need to be there? And I really want you to talk about Saturday, June 20th. Go right ahead, Sister Colette.
Absolutely. The slogan for the theme is "We're still not free." Juneteenth, as Black people struggle to have the holiday acknowledged, in some cases became, it's a celebration, celebrating our freedom, but we are still not free. We are still fighting for our self-determination, fighting for our human rights now more than ever, fighting for the reparations that are due us. So that is the theme for Friday, Still Not Free. This program is in conjunction with the Collective Art Collective run by Sister Brenda Bunsen Bay, who has been commemorating Juneteenth for over 30 years. For the last 6 years, we have shut down Nostrand Avenue from Putnam to Jefferson for cultural artifacts, African wares, music, dance, and always a celebration of the Grandessa models who led the whole Black is Beautiful movement. So it's a celebration, it's a moment of cultural pride, it's a moment of showing all the things that we make, that we create. And this Friday, Professor Gerald Horn will be doing a lecture at a street around the corner. And showcasing many of his books that talk about the fight for democracy and the struggle in this country, the counter-revolution in Texas, which was highlighting the fact that it was about slavery. When we talk about the Texas Rebellion, the issue of Hawaii and its takeover by the becoming a state through the crushing of the indigenous kingdom of Hawaii, talking about the capital of slavery, the history of Washington, D.C. And so that's Friday at 3:00. We ask you to RSVP for that because there's limited seating for it. Then on Sunday, in a continuation of Black people coming together in solidarity, there is a march and rally in Harlem at the Harlem State Office Building, actually at the Teresa Hotel. And Brother Dugue and Brother Duncan, we are very proud, I think, of the work we have all been doing together in unity to say, we as Africans have a voice in what is happening here and abroad. And this voice comes together on Saturday to say when Africa called, Cuba answered, and in this moment of crisis where Cuba is calling, Africans are answering. So we are coming together, the Black Solidarity Day Coalition, of which UNIA, of course, and CMOTAP, Black Men Build, and several organizations have reached out to different people to come together for this event. Carlotta's Warriors will be joining us, the Malcolm X Grassroots, and it's Saturday at the Harlem State Office Building, across the street from the Harlem State Office Building at the Hotel Teresa, where the historical location where Brother Malcolm X welcomed Comandante Fidel Castro to Harlem these many, many years ago.
Okay, there you have it. Sister Colette, let me ask you a quick question. I mean, Cuba is a relatively small place. How could a small little place have such a great impact and basically liberate all of Southern Africa? Number one, and what did they get out of it? Were they paid? Did they take mineral resources? And number three, what what should be our role? Why is it that it's always you hear white folks, so we got to defend Cuba. What should be our role as Black people? Please answer those questions.
I think the example that Cuba sets for us is, while he's trying to get on, and now he's calling me, brother Raymond. So maybe you want to call him, because if I answer this call, I'm gonna get knocked off the Zoom. So maybe you can call him.
How did
he
you
may
get
be
on?
having the same problems I was having earlier.
No, but how did you get on?
I kept hitting the link. I was on waiting for the Zoom to start. I logged on a little before 8:00, and it kept saying host started, host has not started. Then I sent you a message, and then I logged off and I logged back on, and it kept saying the same things. And then finally I called Brother Rodney about maybe 10 minutes ago, because I couldn't reach you. And he called me back and he said, try again. And I've been trying since 8:00.
Okay.
So, I don't know where the limbo was, but
Fine.
I was in limbo.
Okay. Anyway, just keep trying, Brother Wally. But the thing is, Friday is a big day. That's Juneteenth, and your speaker, Dr. Horn. Let me tell you, he's written 24 books that I know of. But
it's more, Raymond, Brother Raymond. It's amazing. It's more than 24. He writes, and each book is so well documented. You don't know when he finds the time. It's almost like he writes 1 or 2 books definitely 1 a year. Most years 2. I don't know how he does it. But back to Cuba, I think the strength of the Cuban Communist Party under the leadership of Comandante Fidel Castro, but as he was always first to say, and it's shown because so many years after his death, it is still growing strong. The unity that was forged in the Sierra Maestra, the feeling that it was for the people, and that with the unity of the people, they eliminated illiteracy in the country, changed the very nature of the relations of how people worked one to the other, and had the vision of that we exist in a world, and reached out to by their courage, by their support for many liberation movements, by their analysis around what time it is, because there was also many conferences in Cuba for people to talk. But when the decision was made to support the national liberation movements in Southern Africa, it was very much a Cuban decision. It was very much a volunteer-led mission, because we've met people who fought and who came back from that. It was
Sister Colette, I got a question for you. At the beginning of the show, the President General, the Honorable Michael R. Duncan, was talking about love. He says, you know what? We really do need to love each other. And when you love each other, you forgive our people. You do whatever you can because it's love. My question to you is, does Fidel Castro love his people? Does Fidel Castro love Africa? Please answer.
That's been shown in practice, which is the best way.
Of course.
And the best way to show it is the way and again, the sacrifices of and with the people, because I must say that it is shown by the numbers who went as volunteers, both in the military missions, but also in the education missions and in the medical missions. And throughout Africa, throughout Latin America, even when COVID hit, there was a medical team went to Italy to support. So they were all everywhere. And when Katrina hit, they volunteered to try to go also to New Orleans. But the U.S. said, "Oh no, we don't need to,"
Sister, what are the situations and problems that Cuba facing right now, and how can we help or make a difference?
The blockade of oil since January is having devastating effects, because without oil in our modern economies, the trucks don't work, the generators flicker, the garbage trucks can't pick up The distribution of food is even more difficult. What we can do to help is definitely come out on Saturday to make our voices felt, because the importance of knowing that Black people are paying attention cannot be underestimated. That is what we need to do. That is what I know we have been doing together in terms of different programs we have done. In fact, this program today is an example of what needs to happen, bringing the information to different people. That is what I think our responsibility is, and what we can do.
Very good. Thank you.
Okay, Sister Colette, Dr. Horn has written a lot, and I've been at one of his lectures where he talked about Juneteenth, exactly what happened, the whole geopolitics behind it, how the French government had established a puppet state in Mexico under Maximilian, and the goal was to eventually invade and occupy Texas. And so when the Union forces sent General Gordon Granger into Galveston, I mean, he did give General Order Number 3 to inform our people that since January 1, 1863, they had been so-called emancipated, the Emancipation Proclamation, whatever. But anyway, the point is, he's got 75,000 Black troops with guns and weapons who had just finished killing white folks in the Confederacy. So they had no problems. So it was a show of force. So when those Africans walked in Galveston, Black people thought it was a vision. They said, my eyes have seen the glory of the Lord. We're going to be free. And this is why in Texas, it became such a big deal. And it was because, and then that was June 19, 1865. 2 years later, the U.S. had sent, reconnaissance people into Mexico to start an internal rebellion. That's what Cinco de Mayo was. And they had that guy Maximilian assassinated June 19, 2 years later, 1867. By the way, all of this, Dr. Horn will give you in unbelievable detail. And, I've been at his lecture the one time, and I was very impressed. So he's going to be there Friday signing, one of his million books that he's written. But
we bought 5 different books, different numbers of them. So we have 20 of one and 20 of another. So we have a variety, 5 of his books in different numbers for people to sign he will be signing. So we encourage people to come and to listen and to hear, because it is indeed, makes you proud to know the history. It enlightens you. It makes you want to go back and read some more and double check and explore, and it changes your mindset. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
The phone number is 718-398-1766. 718-398-1766. We're at the corner of Jefferson and Nostrand, Frederick Douglass Square, and the entire block will be closed off from 12 o'clock, 12 to 6, between Jefferson and Putnam.
On Nostrand Avenue.
On Nostrand Avenue. Sorry, yes, on Nostrand Avenue. And that's another example of the support of the people, because that's a major street with buses running down it, and it is closed down with permitted. Closed down on Juneteenth for the last 6 years now. This is the 6th year.
Yeah, I know that area very well, sister. As a boy, I live on Park Place and Nostrand Avenue, and also I lived on Marcus Garvey and Lewis, not too far. I'm on Jefferson between Marcus Garvey and Lewis.
Ah, yes.
No, but
it looks very different.
But it wasn't called Marcus Garvey then.
Yes, no, that was
when did
the name of that was Brother Sonny Abubakar Parson who said that.
Okay, just
let me answer this call from Omawali.
PG, the joke I was about to make is you weren't President General yet, so that's why they had named it Marcus Garvey Boulevard. That's where I was going with that. But anyway, PG, Saturday. They're calling everybody to make to Harlem to get there by 1 o'clock and support Cuba. I remember.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me again? That's always a problem.
Yes, we're hearing you.
Wally cannot get on. He's been trying and he cannot make it on. Something's wrong with the way he was trying to the link.
Okay.
Understand.
Okay. And anyway, stay on. Let's wrap this up. PG, I remember 1975 so clearly in November. I had just started high school, and that whole week, my house was abuzz when we found out. My father was still very connected, hoping one day to go back to IET. Start a revolution. All these crazy Africans from IET. They immigrated to New York, and they thought they were going back the next day. I'm sure Sister Colette knows this better than I do. But anyway, so they were always following geopolitics, especially Sunday mornings. Anyway, when
Le Haïtien.
yes, bon, what about Moment Creole? Le Haïtien, Moment Creole. We used to all day Sunday. That's all you heard in every household. But anyway, PG. So when Fidel made that decision to send his soldiers into Angola, man, everybody was saying, yes, he's going to do it. He's going to liberate all of Africa. And then next, IET. Everybody was speaking those things. And later on, when you read the details, Michael Manley wrote an excellent book, Jamaica, A Struggle in the Periphery. He gives you exact details of the decision that was made and how Fidel sent his troops. Let me tell you, when the Cuban troops first landed in Benguela, they faced an all-white army, defeated them. And then they went to Malanje, they defeated them too. And then they made their way back into Luanda to defend. But just to hear it, just to read it, PG and Sister Colette, you felt so much pride, like, yeah, of course we can do it. And so those are the things I remember, and it never left my memory. So we have an opportunity to stand up for Cuba. I mean, yes, it may not be 100% black. I get all of that. But the sacrifice that was done, I haven't seen anybody else do it. Yeah. And they continue to do it. So, it is race first. I have no problems with that. But this, as I spoke at one of your events, Sister Colette, when I said, I know what Cuba did for Africa. And if not for, they can take everything away from them. If not for Cuba, all of Southern Africa would still be enslaved today. Just Absolutely. Like if not for Dessalines, if not for what those Africans Absolutely. Did in Haiti, we would still be enslaved. So Absolutely. You're talking about Namibia, you're talking about Angola, you're talking about Zimbabwe, you're talking about Zambia, even Botswana would have fallen. Mozambique would have never been able to choke the yoke. This is amazing how an island state not that big can make such an impact. So it's about discipline. So we pour libation to Fidel Castro and to those Africans that laid their lives. So Sister Colette, PG had asked you, what else can we do other than coming out Saturday? But, we got to organize. And we got, oh, there it is. No War on Cuba, Black Harlem Unity Rally. Oh, man. What else can you say? So everybody, make your way Saturday. We really need to go support, because when Africa called, Cuba answered. They got no payment, no mineral resources. No
oil. Because they sure could have used the oil. No oil, right.
And then get this. Listen to this. There's a part in the book where Raul Castro got on a plane nonstop. Well, they stopped off in Guyana. From Guyana, continued to Moscow. He had to go meet Leonid Brezhnev to beg for mercy, because Brezhnev had given the order: do not get involved with America. This is not our fight. All that talk about the Comintern, they did not want an international uproar. It was Cuba who made that decision, and then they had to go to their boss. Think about it. The number 2 guy has to fly all night to get into Moscow, and he was ripped up, trashed, said, how dare you? Who do you think you are? After all of that, Brezhnev said, we support it. They weren't going to back down. So, Sister Colette,
they did not back down. They did not back down, and we're very proud to know you cannot tell us what to do. This is our decision. We have made it. Live with it. Yep. Of course. And it was indeed I think a good point, because sometimes, they were proxies. No, this was not Moscow telling them what to do. This was them saying, we're doing this, and informing them, oh, by the way, this is what we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, no, and Michael Manley goes into great detail how, man, they trashed Raul while he was, and at one point, they even thought of holding him in Moscow. I mean, they were just, but eventually he wouldn't give in, he and his entourage, and Brezhnev finally gave in, said, okay, we'll support it. But no, this is, and there's another thing, Sister Colette. At one point, Fidel Castro wasn't even going to sleep. He would sleep in the command center. He knew every detail, every little river, every little brook, every little province in Angola. He knew Angola better than, Africans in Angola. No, this was, respect. By the way, in your promotion there, I see you have a nice red, black, and green flag. Sister Colette, if you don't mind my asking, why do you wave the red, black, and green so proudly? Please answer that.
The flag of Africans everywhere. It is the Pan-African flag, and it's also particularly for Black people in this country, the Black national flag. It is the flag that talks about the blood that we have shed, the color of our skin, and green for the land, which is the basis of independence. So we are united by the red, black, and green, and it is also the flag of Black people in particular in this country.
Okay. Do you know it's actually the UNIA flag? That was flag that was given to us on a Friday, August 13th, 1920, by the most honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. I mean, we're happy everybody uses it, but that was the UNIA's flag. President General, your thoughts on that?
Yes. Well, the thing is that Mr. Garvey gave us a flag. Guys were making jokes that everyone has a flag except the coon. Thought they were making fun of us. But Mr. Garvey said he just didn't give a flag for the purpose of giving a flag. He realized that for anyone to be classified as a country, they must have a constitution, they must have a flag. And that's what Mr. Garvey gave to the Black government. And with that, for years we had a passport where 44 countries around the world had diplomats.
PG, when you say we, which we are you talking about?
The UNIA.
Thank you.
With our flag and with our constitution, we even had a passport. And until 1974, UNIA members would use the UNIA passports. So that's what Mr. Garvey gave us. So the flag wasn't in itself by itself. The flag was in combination, the constitution and everything else that makes up a government.
Thank you. Okay, Sister Colette, one more time, give out a number, what time, where, for both Friday and Saturday. Go right ahead.
Friday, 12 to 6 on Nostrand Avenue between Putnam and Jefferson, 718-398-1766. Saturday at 1 o'clock at 125th Street and Malcolm X Boulevard and Adam Clayton Powell Boulevard at the Hotel Teresa. Saturday, 1 o'clock, 125th Street and Adam Clayton Powell Boulevard. Hope to see all of you there.
You'll definitely see me. The President General will be in the West Coast. He's hanging out with the former president of the Republic of Liberia. So he won't be there, but we'll bring a UNIA entourage. Okay. Sister Colette, last statement, and then PG, your last statement. Go ahead, Sister Colette.
Our unity that is ever growing is our strength. Looking forward to the ongoing increasing ties among all the organizations in the Black Solidarity Day Committee as we bring even more people together as Africans. Thank you.
Sister, I have to say, everybody can't do everything, but everybody can do something. And if each and every one of us could do what we're supposed to do, we would be okay. I have to thank December 12th for what they have been doing forever for African people. I am grateful. I salute you. I give homage to our former member Viola Plummer, who did a whole lot of things for us, to the whole movement, and to all of you who have sacrificed for Black people and continue to lead the masses. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for all what you do for Africans.
Yes.
Thank you.
There you have it, Sister Colette Payan from the December 12th movement and the Honorable Michael R. Duncan from the UNIA. And today is Tuesday, June 16, 6266 or 2026. 50 years ago today, Soweto murder massacre starts in South Africa. My name is Raymond Dugue, and I'm at your service. Thank you for being a part of the UNIA Rock Media, the media arm of the UNIA. And as we close out, we expect all of you there Friday, June 19th in Brooklyn, Nostrand Street, Jefferson and Putnam. And then Saturday, the big day, come out and support Cuba. When Africa called, Cuba answered. Now, Cuba needs us. Saturday, 1 p.m. in Harlem, 125th Street and 7th Avenue or Adam Clayton Powell Boulevard in front of Hotel Teresa. Please raise your beautiful black right noble fist and repeat after me as we close out on Tuesday, June 16th. Africa.
Africa.
For the Africans.
For the Africans.
Those at home.
Those at home.
And those abroad.
And those abroad.
Because, it has to be one God.
One God.
One aim.
One aim.
One destiny.
One destiny.
Race first.
Race first.
Long live Africa. Long live the December 12th movement. Long live the UNIA. Long live the Honorable Michael R. Duncan. Long live the Honorable Carlos A. Cooks. Long live the Honorable Jean-Jacques Dessalines. And finally, long live the greatest among men and gods, the Honorable, the most Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. See you Friday, Juneteenth. Race first. Thank you.
First. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Good night, Sister Colette.
Take care.
The Community Focus Show is brought to you by Jamaica Breeze.
Marcus